So as a former Florida public school teacher, here are the 5th grade math skills that I recommend that you have your child practice this summer.
First of all, practice multiplication of whole numbers. These are problems like, what's 347 times 16? Or can you solve 1,245 times 23? Even though your child has probably learned how to multiply using the area model or partial product strategy last year in 4th grade, I would recommend practicing using the standard algorithm. After they've practiced multiplication, move on to division of whole numbers, which include problems like, what's 2,106 divided by 42? Try to focus on long division and ask them to explain their steps out loud. The next skill I would suggest practicing is with the order of operations. In 5th grade, students will be given expressions where there's a bunch of numbers and values and different operations and parentheses, and it's important that we teach them how to solve problems like this. This is using a strategy like PEMDAS, with solving parentheses first and then exponents, multiplying and dividing going from left to right, and then adding and subtracting going from left to right. All right, so you've practiced multiplication, division, and order of operations. The next thing that I would suggest practicing would be place value with decimals to the thousandths place. This means being able to understand the value and place of each digit, how to read numbers carefully, and what happens when a digit goes forwards in the place value chart or backwards. The next skill you could practice would be adding and subtracting decimal numbers. For instance, what's 4 3/10 plus 2 17/100? Make sure that they line up the decimals and understand those regrouping strategies. If they've practiced all that and understood, you can move on to the last skill that I recommend, which is practicing with coordinate planes and inputs and outputs. For instance, being able to plot the point 4, 3, or knowing where the origin is, which is 0, 0, or even practicing with inputs and outputs and understanding that if the rule is that y equals x plus 2, what's the output when x equals 5? Can you believe they're moving on to skills like this? It's all about recognizing patterns and having some fun with graphing.